Good evening, my humans, and welcome to Fearless Friday. It's a pleasure to see all of you tonight joining with us. Tonight, we have such a beautiful human with us. And listen, for all of those persons that are in business, thinking of getting in business, wanting to get your business from one level to the next, needing to get exposure, just want to connect with like minded persons, tonight is the night for you. And so, before we get started, we like to do things the right way on a good foot. And so, as we always do, let's get protocol out of the way. Let us pray. Most gracious and everlasting Father, we thank you for this another evening where we can come together, God, and give you praise and give you thanks. We thank you for everyone that will be watching this live, and we pray that it may be a blessing and encouragement and motivations for someone to get from where they are to where they need to be. I pray that you would bless us individually and collectively. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
So this evening we have an icon in business. I call her an icon because this lady has done it all. She's experienced anything pertaining to business, exposure. Listen, she has done it all. And I look to her and I've known her for a while. And I admire the young lady that is joining me tonight because she has been through so much in business and she knows exactly what it takes to be in business, to stay in business, and to keep your business on the edge where you can be at the forefront. And so tonight I just want to tell you a little bit about who she is, and then she would go in more details as to tell you how she can help us benefit from the things that she's doing right now. Mistress Roxianna Deveaux is the founder, CEO of BBO, which stands for Bahamian Business Owners. She is an established entrepreneur and a trained professional in the area of hospitality for over 20 plus years. An idea formulated, giving her an avenue and a platform where business owners come together, network their companies locally and internationally. This business hub provides persons with a vast amount of information in the areas of seminars and training classes. She helps business owners to successfully operate in the field of requiring ownership with financial assistance to build their businesses through grants. Welcome with me, please, to Fearless Friday, Mistress Roxianna Deveaux. And the crowd goes wild. Hello, Roxy. How are you, darling?
Hello, Mika. How are you?
I am absolutely fantastic.
Good.
Tell us a bit about BBO. For the persons that are just joining us, and for those that aren't familiar with BBO, tell us what BBO is and what it is that you do, please.
Well, thank you, Tamika. I'm just trying to get used to the screen and where to go and the head and so on and so forth because, I'm not used to these lives.
That's fine.
Yes.
You look fabulous.
So, BBO is the acronym for Bahamian Business Owners. So, in a nutshell, once you're Bahamian and you own a business, you are welcome to our network. Our network, if you wish to find it, is on Facebook. So you can find it with Bahamian Business Owners. And we're also on Instagram. So if you wish to become a part of Bahamian Business Owners, the only thing that you really have to do is you go to the site and you click on join, and you will have the membership team contact you with further details.
Awesome, wonderful. So, Roxy, as a Bahamian owned business, as Bahamians, there are so many persons that have business, that have been in business, and it's just for one or the other, whether they're still in it or not, we fight with this so-called syndrome of black crab. I-
Mm.
As the founder of this new network now, where you're getting businesses together, how can you say that, okay, this is the hub that you need to be in as a Bahamian business owner without having to worry about if someone's going to do this, or if someone's going to take my idea, or if someone's going to sabotage, because some of
Mhm.
us, um, we're not mentally matured as business persons. But as you explained it a moment ago, this is such an excellent idea.
Oh, yeah. Well, Tamika, I'm so glad that you have mentioned all of those key words in there just now. The crab syndrome, someone trying to steal your idea, of us trying to tear each other down or not even sharing our ideas with others. The good thing about this network, and when something is yours for the most part, it's only you that really could execute what it is that you really need to do. So for
Yeah.
most persons out there, you don't have to be fearful, or you don't have to be concerned about persons trying to take your idea. That's my advice to you. Don't be concerned about all of that. If you have an idea, if it's yours and you want to run with it, you just do it. Don't mind what anybody else is doing, what anyone else is saying. The good thing about BBO, and it's because I came up with the idea to do it, is me firstly as an individual. I'm not one to concern myself with what everybody else is doing. So I took that same concept with BBO.
Hmm.
Persons in BBO network, we have more than one of the same type of business in our network, as you know. We have tons of food vendors, graphic artists, persons with various different type of businesses. And we before we even allow you to join the network, it's very important that you understand key values that we have, and you're pretty much aware of what they are. We want you to understand that there's no competition. There's no competition among us. We are all one, and we're all here to help each other. For example, the food business, the food and beverage, that's a heavy saturated type business.
Yes.
We have over about 20 something plus food and beverage vendors in our network. Everybody caters to a different group of people.
That's true.
Everybody has Every day someone doesn't want crab and dough or pea soup and dumpling or chicken wings. Some people
Hmm.
want tacos. So it doesn't matter if you are in the same business as someone else. Our goal is to ensure that everyone is successful, that everyone succeed. And we're not here to hide information or covered information. We are here to share whatever it is, whatever knowledge, whatever information that we may have with all business owners.
Hmm.
And if I further may state that you and I, for the most part, are also somewhat in the same type of business.
This is
And
true.
as you know, it's nothing between us. What it
No.
is, if I can help you, there's no problem at all. I have no problem with if you can help me with something. I can say to you, hey, Tamika, you can do this. Tamika is better at this than I am. Why not just give it to you? You're my sister. You're one of
Mhm.
us. You're a Bahamian. You're trying to excel as well. There's enough out there for all of us. With that said, it's easier said than done. You would see that we say this all the time to our business owners. We say it all the time to our partners. We say it to people in general. And somehow, some way, someone find a reason to pull the black crab stunt.
Mhm. Mhm. You know, just before we open it up for questions, I see Sharon is asking if it's open for question. Yes, it's open for questions. We welcome all of your questions. Um, we find in today that a lot of persons are actually skeptical in doing business, or just kind of networking because of past experiences, and that sort of thing, or whatever. um, Me personally, I am now careful who I connect with. And like I said, it's only because of past experience with persons just not being fair and real about situations. What can BBO guarantee or hope to guarantee persons that would like to come into the network to build and help their business to grow?
Well, like you said, you mentioned before, you're skeptical. All of us are skeptical. All of us have been bitten at some point in time with someone that we trusted, someone that, we thought that could have helped us and they didn't, or they couldn't, for whatever reason, they couldn't. And you and I both know that we have to just sometimes let those things go because they can be a hindrance to us as well.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people in the same field that I'm in. There's a lot of people out there that do things differently and their accomplishments are different and all of that. And no, for me personally, I welcome everyone. For me personally, it doesn't matter if you know something or I know something more than you are. I would never, what I would never do, I would never like call you out, or I
Mm-hmm.
would never try to show you up or anything of that nature. If I truly and honestly want to build you or to help you, or what it is that you were doing or saying is not really something that really will work or haven't worked for me in the past, you and I
Mm-hmm.
can still talk about that after the fact instead of calling you out for the most part. We as a people and even as business owners, we have to come into our own. We have to know exactly what it is that we are capable of doing. You know, I don't want your spotlight. However, it is that you're dealing with whatever it is that you're dealing with, we have to respect that. And the
Yeah.
same thing with, the same thing with me. With BBO, there's no guarantee basically with anything it is in life that you're really doing. You
Mm-hmm.
only can hope for the most part that what it is that you're doing, it pretty much so benefit persons within the network or whatever it is that you're doing. But with BBO, what we try to do is we try to foster a team building type environment. We try to foster uh, a team to ensure that persons understand that no matter what, we are here for you. If
Yeah.
there's anything, and for the most part, you know what I also want to like remind persons of when it comes to this as well, it goes back to like if you have a service and with that service, it requires payment, of course. And let's say
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you're unable to do that for whatever reason. We know how the climate is right now with the COVID-19 and all of that. So if
Mm-hmm.
I have something that you basically can gain an opportunity from, why not render that service to you if it is to really help your business to grow?
Exactly. Okay, so Sharon has a question, and his question is, how much of support or lack thereof is considered necessary for the Black Crab Syndrome title? Hold on, let me make sure I read that right.
Okay.
Let me read it again, Roxy. Sherwin is asking, how much of support or lack thereof is considered necessary for the Black Crab Syndrome title?
Sherman himself know as well. It could be as simple as persons with, like for example, Sherman. A lot of people may not like the way that Sherman operate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it doesn't mean that if Sherman has a good idea or if Sherman is in possession of something that can help all of us as entrepreneurs grow, why not support him? Why
Exactly.
go looking for someone all the way? You got to search on Google and looking all over the place to find someone to
Mm-hmm.
do the same thing that Shervin and I or someone else will do. And it's simply because we do not like Shervin. We don't like how he operates. We
Mm-hmm.
don't like how he look and how he present himself when he's doing presentations. Or we don't like when Shervin makes a fuss about something that he feel passionate about. We just
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
simply angry and mad because it's Shervin, even if it's a good idea.
Yeah.
It's because it's Shervin. we're not going to support, we're not going to like, we're not going to follow what he says because we don't want him to get the recognition. No, no. And that is what I try to pass on to the BBO members as well. It has nothing to do with personal, and it shouldn't. If someone has an idea or someone is able to do something that is better than you, or someone is able to do something that is more outstanding, it's nothing wrong with liking it. It's nothing wrong with supporting it. It's nothing
Exactly.
wrong with saying to him, hey, Shervin, could you look at this for me? Because not everything that I do or everything that I present may work as effective as he will, as his idea
Yeah.
or your idea or someone else. We have to be open to these things. We can make it believe like, oh, because it's Shervin, you know it could benefit you. You know it could probably be a blow off, but because of him, I'll just let the whole thing fail because I don't want people to know that it's just him. Oh no, we have to be comfortable and confident within
Yeah.
ourselves, first of all.
I agree.
And that is why I'm the way that I am right now, because I'm pretty comfortable in the skin that I'm in. I'm pretty comfortable in what it is that I'm dealing with. And I am not even trying a tidbit to be like anybody else. I always will support my own people. I always will look to them first for whatever it is that if I feel that they have a better idea in a field than I have. The black crab syndrome is pretty much so, it varies. It could be as simple as persons not even liking something that you post and they know it can be good. Have you ever seen that? Where persons on Facebook and every place else, they're liking all around you and you're posting and doing things and whatever. You send them a request to do and they never answer you or anything of that nature. All of that could be a black crab type syndrome. You know, you send me a request to like a page or something like that or something important that you're doing, and I just totally ignore it. You send something that is advertising something new that you're doing, and I just totally ignore it. And only I simply ignore it because it's this person, I really don't like her. I don't really like him. It takes too much energy for that. So all of that, that black crab syndrome can come in all sorts of different ways. And some people are very slick with their black crab syndrome too.
Very
Some
much
are
so.
some are very slippery with their black crab syndrome too. They act like they're really supporting you, but they're really not. If you notice, they never attend any events that you will have. They will
Mm-hmm.
never they will always ask you what it is that you're really doing. But they ain't really want to know what you're doing just to say, okay, that's a good thing. They really want to know what you're doing so they could behind the scenes not really support it or hoping that it doesn't go through and trying to cause other people as well. Oh yeah, don't worry about her. That's just Roxy. It's just Shervin again, or just somebody else again. And so the black crab syndrome is very crafty nowadays as well. It's coming in all types of shapes and forms and all sorts of things. Believe me, you have to be sensible to realize what it is. And guess
Yeah.
what? The good thing about that too, some of the things that you don't know that that's what's happening, and that's a good thing about that too.
I totally agree. And like Tremaine said, it all draws back to the maturity of us Bahamians. It's the mindset. Um, okay, so we have two other questions. We'll take two more questions and then we'll just move on for now. Um, Anton asks, do you think or says, do you think it all boiled down to trusting in your brothers and sisters to make a move together and make a lot of money without anyone catching feelings, basically?
It is about trust. Trust is a big factor. And sometimes with trust, we just got to grow with it. Everybody's been hurt before.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's had a dirty deal done to them before.
Yeah.
Everybody's had someone that promised them something and didn't do it before. All right. Okay, we got that. What do you think is happening with all these other race nationalities? Do you think they haven't had persons that failed them before? They
Mm-hmm.
haven't had persons who didn't produce something that they paid for before? Do you
Mm-hmm.
think that persons have not been disappointed in other nationalities before? Of course. It's only the Bahamians who tend to never forget. It's only the Bahamians who seem to always look at it for a lifetime of Like from your Grammy time, my Grammy didn't like you. So now my Grammy mommy and all them people don't like you,
Passed
so I don't
on.
like you. You know? So let's get past that part of it. All
Yeah.
right. Let's get to the point where are you truly and honestly your brothers and sisters keeper with
Mm-hmm.
no type of agenda? Do you
Mm-hmm.
truly want to make a difference? Do you truly want to change what is really happening? And if that is the case, you have to take a chance, honey. That's
Yeah.
what the lady, that's what the old woman said on Coming to America. You take a chance, honey. You have to do it. And if that is the situation that you may have, get your lawyers involved, get directors involved, persons where people are held to a certain standard involved. But we as a people need to know what our strengths and weaknesses are as well. If we go into a partnership, I have to know that if there's a couple other people in there that has other specialties, where am I going talking about I doing accounting or anything relative to numbers or anything like that, which I always fail. Where am I going? If someone else is better than that than I am, why can't we recognize that and say, look, hey, Tamika is better at this, so Tamika can run this with this and take this on. I will
Mm-hmm.
still be here to support and share whatever advice that I can share, and hopefully it'll be beneficial. We have to come into our own and be comfortable with ourselves first.
Most
And it's not
definitely.
a power struggle. It's not a power struggle. And let me tell you, a lot of times I lead in a lot of things. And a lot of times I had to learn that you have to follow as well. It doesn't
Exactly.
mean that you cannot do this or you cannot do the other and so on and so forth. You have to be comfortable with yourself. This time probably is not the time, Roxy, for you to lead this project or to lead this organization. This
Mm-hmm.
time you may have to be in the background. We just have
Mm-hmm.
to know our place, man, and
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
comfortable with it. And it's nothing
Exactly.
wrong with it. It's not taking anything away from us. We have to recognize that. And we all, as Bahamians, and what I am trying to do with the network is really get persons to come together for real. Bahamians come together for real. Can you imagine if over 1,300 of Bahamian business owners we have on our page and 236 on WhatsApp? Do you
Mm-hmm.
can you imagine the amount of impact if all of us support Nightlife Live with Sherwin Williams?
Listen, he
Can you
has some.
imagine? Can you imagine? Can you imagine if all of us would support you and do all our lives with you?
Mm-hmm.
You know what we do? We go look all through Google. I don't know why we have to do that to get a person to do our live. Why? Simply because I don't want Tamika to get a recognition. I don't want her to rise above me. I don't want Tamika to be the one. Really? Like, come on. We have to be realistic about it. We can make so much money together than alone.
I totally agree. I totally agree. And that's one of the things I tell people: support to be supported, regardless of whether you're a newcomer, whether you've been in the business for forever and a day. Everybody needs some support. Everybody would love to have that support. Whether we're doing, like you said, the same thing. What's for me is for me. What's for you is for you. You
And
know.
that's it. That's it. And Tamika, sorry to interrupt you. I wanted to also speak to Antoine, what he was saying about people catching feelings and all of that.
Uh
What
huh.
we have to realize as Bahamians as well, if you put in 60% and I put in 40% of whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
if we're partners, right? Why is it that I expect to get 100% if I only put in 40%?
Exactly.
Like, really? If you only put in 40%, that's all you're going to get out of it. So if we make together $50,000, I will only get 40% of $50,000 and the will get a 60% of whatever amount they put in, which is more than me. Why would I be catching feelings? Why? And people do that, mind you. However, why? Why? And we understand how it works, but we as the Haymans, we just want to say, you know what? This person did this to me and this person did. No, when you get really down to the nitty gritty of things, buddy, you only put in 40%, and that's all you should be able to get out of it.
And just as you touched on that too, persons want you to support them, but they don't in return support you. And it kind of ties into this question that Sharon is asking. How much support should it be rendered before it becomes detrimental to your own business? I have had this experience where many persons have said, oh, we're going to do business with you and we're going to support you and we're going to do this and we're going to do that. But it ended up being a one-sided thing. I would be the one to support you and to help get you out there and to do this and to that, but you're not doing it for me. But the minute I stop, you won't catch feelings, and then I'm the one now that's investing my time, my efforts, be it finances, whatever, just to try and help support you, get you out there, but you're not in return showing it to me. So here it is now. I'm giving you all of what I'm capable of doing, or the majority of what I'm capable of doing, and you're just watching me do it. And now here it is. I'm just asking, well, can you return the favor? You know, her internet probably dropped, but she'll pop back up. So Sherwin, I I have had this experience, and at one point you just have to know where to draw the line. You have to know otherwise you will be in the same cycle and you will just keep going over and over again. You just got to know where to draw the line.
And like Shervin is saying about how much support should you render before it becomes detrimental to your business. And let me tell you, I don't even penetrate those type of persons who do that, because you know that they can support you and they can pay for whatever it is and they can do, but they are the same ones who will come and ask you for a discount. They're the same ones who will ask you, since you have 5,000 people on your page, could you please share my flyer? But then you see them when they have other things to do, you see them using other people, and then you
Mm-hmm.
wonder why. Well, what's going on here? And I'm almost certain they're using these people, but they have to pay them. All right. I can understand the fact of you coming to me and you said, look, I need your help with helping me get my business out there. No problem. But when you get on your feet, or when you get to a certain point, they're looking for all the big 5-digit type people they have to pay. Why? I'm the one who helped you get out there. I'm the one who was posting and encouraging persons and telling you what you need to do this and to do the other. And now all of a sudden you've rised above it and you're not like you forgot me. I don't even penetrate those type of persons, to be honest with you. And like Shervin had mentioned, you know this is Shervin's field. You know this is my field. You know this is your field. People know this. And they still make circles around you and still think that you don't know that they have
Mm-hmm.
gone to someone else or they supported someone else. And then when they're low on funds, then when they have not reached the audience that they thought the person could have reached, or they're not getting the type of traffic from what they thought they should have gotten, then they spin around and they say to you, oh, hey, but you and I are friends. You and I are associates. I knew you a long time. But you knew me when you went to the other person. So those type of talks, those type of words, those keywords of I'm not interested in those. I'm not rendering you any type of free service. If I'm gonna do this, this is what I'm going to expect in return. And sometimes it don't have to necessarily be money. However, this is what the trade-off is going to be, and
Exactly.
persons are very crafty. And it's your own people you surround yourself with. They're very crafty. They always come like they're so innocent and that you must accept exactly what it is. But it's okay. Some business, to be honest with you, I totally refuse, because I know where it's going to end up. I know exactly what is going to happen. Midway through it, or when you're nearly finished, the person is going to say they're not pleased with it.
Mm-hmm.
Midway through it, or when you're nearly finished, they're going to say that, oh, they didn't have anybody come and support their business. Midway through it and nearly finished, they're going to say, oh my goodness, I forgot to tell you that, it's all sorts of other stories. And to be quite honest with you, I've just heard so many.
It's yeah. It it just be like really. But
Yeah.
so BBO has a lot of initiatives that are in planning, and without going fully in detail, can you just tell us a bit about the, in the intro? I touched on seminars and training. Just give us some of the things that if persons would become members of this network, what would they be entitled to, or what can they look forward to getting?
Well, first of all, we have so much exciting initiatives going on. I'm just so happy about it. Tomorrow we launch the Bahamian Business Owners Network. We launch tomorrow, which I'm so excited about, and that's where I'm at right now at the area trying to set up. And if you become a member of the Bahamian Business Owners, there's certain things. First of all, we have such a beautiful type credit card type of membership card. That within itself is just great. Like when persons see you with it, they will think that you really have a credit card and when you really don't, you know? So that's pretty good. And then you also will be eligible. We have a lot of podcasts that we have coming up. We have a lot of training seminars that you will get discounts to. And you have a whole network full of all sorts of different business owners that you will have access to. So we have exciting stuff like our jamboree that's coming up every Friday at the stadium. So every Friday, once the competent authorities has settled all of those things at the end of October, we have our every Friday jamboree coming up where business owners can display their products and services, and you can have like a family night out there. We also have a lot of training seminars that are coming up because, as you know, even though we're business owners, we can't stop learning. We still have to
Exactly.
learn. Knowledge is power, and it truly is. And a lot of people in business don't believe. They feel that because they have a business license and because they know how to cook, they know everything about business. And there's a lot to know about business. There's a
There
lot
is.
of other initiatives that are on the table as well on the drawing board. However, I'm going to keep that on the down low until tomorrow, until we launch. And then we're going to have all of these exciting things that we have planned spill over.
Awesome, wonderful. Roxy, just before we wrap up, can you just one more time just give our viewers how they can find BBO, how they can be a part? Oh, and also um, the 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 just all of the information that they would need just to be a part of BBO network.
Yes, I'll give them, well, Facebook, our Facebook and Instagram page. You can find us at Bahamian Business Owners on Facebook, and you can register there or you can inquire there. After the launch tomorrow, we'll have further information on other avenues, social media avenues that they can tap into to get more information if they wish. But also, if you also wish to find out directly what you need, you can give me a call at 817, sorry, 6466.
Awesome. Um, there you have it, my darlings. BBO, you can find them on Facebook, Instagram, like she said. Her number we'll post in the comments. So if you want to reach out to her, you can. And this business venture is something that I highly recommend. I am a part of it, and the interaction that goes on, it's strictly professional. And I can speak from experience. A lot of times, like we said earlier, we become skeptical when joining or being a part of certain things just for the mere fact of our own issues, insecurities, or whatever have you. But the camaraderie that's a part of this network, what it stands for, the initiatives that are being introduced, um, it speaks volume, and not to mention the transparency. A lot of persons in business are not transparent, and but I can truly say that this lady is. and she has devoted I've said, over 20 years in the business. So she's a veteran. She has seen almost everything there is in business,
Mhm.
how to stay in business, how to get the business, how to get that exposure that you need from one place to the next. There's no area that she has not covered. And so, along with her putting together this, she's bringing a wealth of knowledge and experience. And during the course of the time, once you become a member or part of this, you will be able to see and understand exactly in detail for yourself what great opportunities are available to you. There are opportunities that are available. There are there are things that they're putting in place that's going um, to cause you to, some persons have lost their excitement of being in business. And can I tell you what they are doing? They are, oh my goodness, Roxy, I'm getting excited and I don't want to say too
Okay.
much,
Yes,
but
yes, thank you.
just
Yeah.
to get you excited about being in business again, and there are people that still have a standard, and that's what BBO is about. It's about a standard, it's about networking, it's about coming together and doing what we have to do so that everybody wins at the end. Oh my god, I sound like so that everybody will be able to grow and build as one,
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
know
Yes.
and so we thank all of you for tuning in.
Mhm.
Thank you to everyone, Tremaine Hart, Anton Coakley, Sherwin Johnson, Peter Rungs, Tanji. Thank you, Sabrina. Moses is saying hello, I'm here.
Tell
Newton,
Moses hello. I'll see him tomorrow.
Lord willing.
Mhm.
Thank you so much. Remember, as entrepreneurs, it is our duty to be problem solvers. It is us that will make life easier for somebody else. So remember, if you're thinking about becoming a business owner, if you're already a business owner and you want your business to grow from one place to the next, my advice is to connect with Bahamian business owners.
Thank you.
So tonight we we hope that something sits and resonates with you, that you be encouraged to check them out and get your own experience from it. Learn and grow, and let's build together as one. There is power in unity, and that's the basis of BBO, coming together as one, growing, expanding, and sharing a wealth of knowledge and experience. Thank you so much, Roxy. I appreciate you
Mhm.
taking the time just to share with us
Mhm.
a little bit of what
Just a
BBO
tad
is
bit.
doing, just a
Mhm.
tad bit,
Mhm.
and you can get all of the information. Just tune into their page. We invite you to like their page on Facebook and Instagram. And over time, they're going to move over to YouTube. I'm plugging that in there.
Yeah, thank you.
And so tonight we say thank you once again. And as we move forward, we encourage you to, whatever it is that you're doing business wise, don't be discouraged. Don't look at what everybody else is doing, but focus on what you are doing
Mhm.
and continue doing what you are doing, because no one can do what you can do but you. What's for you will be for you. And so, Roxy, just as we go, you want to just close us out with anything?
Yes, I just want to say to everyone out there who have a business idea, you run with it. You run with it. You decide how you want to do it. You decide how you're going to deal with it. Don't mind what anybody else is saying. There will be people out there that will say it won't work. There are people out there who will not want it to work. And it's only up to you. It's only
Mhm.
up to you. You have to be strong about what you're doing. You have to persevere. You have to push. Sometimes you will not have the support of people who you think would support you, and it doesn't matter. And all of this comes with who you are as a person. And this is what have kept me so long, not really concerning myself about the status quo, not concerning myself about what others are doing and what they're thinking and all of that other stuff. It takes too much time and too much energy, and I
Mhm.
really don't have it. So you have to remain focused on what it is that you want to do. And I
Mhm.
just encourage persons out there to just try to It's not always about the fact of persons of always making money or gaining financially. Eventually you will get there. Sometimes it just takes a while for you to build and get to the point where you need to be, and eventually you will have an overflow. People will constantly be coming. You will wonder where they're coming from. And I just want persons out there in the business world to understand that with this climate now, we have to support
Yeah.
each other, support small businesses, because we can see how the economy is going. We can see how the world is going now. Tourism, it's going to
Mm-hmm.
take a whole lot of time now to get tourism back to
Mm-hmm.
where it used to be. So we have to support each other in this venture.
Very much so. I
Mhm.
totally agree. And so, thank you again, as we said earlier. We appreciate you for tuning in, and God bless you and God keep you is our prayer.
Yes.
Thank you again, Roxy. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Before, just before I close out, I'm just going to just play a clip. And Roxy, we shall link tomorrow, Lord willing.
Yes, ma'am.
Have a wonderful evening, my darling.
Yes, ma'am. You too. Thank you for
Thank,
tuning in, everyone.
thank you.
Hey, Peter.
Not today, Tamika. I have so much to do in such little time.
Oh, can I help?
Help? Do you know anything about marketing, media, or getting your new business up and running?
As a matter of fact, I do. Have you heard of Dove's Global Marketing and Event Concepts?
You mean Dove Enterprise?
Yes, they have expanded and now it's Dove's Global. They specialize in social media marketing and management, event promotions, business consultations, live interviews on Facebook, and so much more.
Wow, this seems like providing for my family be so much easier. How do I contact them?
You can contact them at 242 817 7990 or email them at dovsglobal@gmail.com. You can also follow them on Instagram and Facebook.
Thank you. I've got it.
Doves Global, creating memorable moments.